Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Make sure my sound is good. Gotta watch it on my phone. How is this? It's good. Excellent. I wanted to do a little short thing here, stating my intentions of this whole streaming thing that I'm trying out. Now, most people who know me, who are the only people who watch this, know that I hate online politics so much. Sort of a love-hate thing going on. I mostly hate it because it's very sensationalistic. It's a spectacle. Nobody really thinks about things, which is kind of what is required. Who would have thought? But it must be done. So that's essentially why I'm doing this. I sort of just want to talk about what this will be, what I intend to do here. I don't intend to do this as a career. I mean, that's probably pretty obvious. I've got like 150 subscribers or something from ages ago when I was a stupid kid and made YouTube videos. But I figured, why not? I should probably explain who I am. So, yeah, I'm a fourth year undergrad in political economy, which is, feel free to laugh that I'd even take such a program. But yeah, I've very much educated myself over the past few years on these sorts of things. While that's my program, I'm interested by any social science, anything to do with human beings, how they work, their capabilities, their disadvantages, the weird social orders that they create. Well, not that they create, but their material conditions create. Their strange opinions. I'm interested in all of those things. Although I don't like political labels, I can confidently say that my politics mostly align with Marxism-Leninism as it is today, or whatever is considered the most developed Marxism. I wouldn't necessarily always identify as Marxist-Leninist, more so as a Marxist in general, as I think there are downsides to Marxism-Leninism. However, I support states such as China. I think that the overarching goals of China's that was Xi Jinping giving me more social credit points. I think that the overall social goals, political goals of modern day China are aligned with what I'd like to see in the world. Although I am highly critical of China. Need to mute Discord notifications apparently. I'm just getting so many social credit points. What the hell do you people want? I'm talking. Okay, just a second. There we go. All better now. I am very critical of much of what China does. I'm not going to be one of these people who says that that what's happening in Xinjiang is completely benevolent. I think that there are problems with it. I think that calling it a genocide, however, is a little bit. It's a bit much. I don't think we've seen any evidence which would indicate that it's a genocide. but I'll get into that at some later point. I go to, I'm not going to say which university, but I go to a university where I am the only campus radical, the only communist, and I very rarely have an opportunity to talk about these things that I think are so important. So that's what the internet is for. And I already have a decent following compared to a lot of people on YouTube, so I figured I'd do it here. Now, I also want to say that I will never, ever, ever open a Patreon. I will never ask anyone for money. I will never expect money from anyone. I will not open a, what the hell is it called? Ko-fi or something? Where people give you money. I will never open anything, any sort of crowdfunding enterprise. I intend to keep all of this completely free of commodification, completely free of monetary incentive. I am doing this because I'm bored and because I'm passionate about these things. And not because I want people who make less money than I do giving me money because they like what I say online. I think that such a practice is despicable. I'm not going to name any names, ContraPoints, but I will not be doing that. This is for fun. And I also won't monetize videos. I mean, I don't know how to not monetize videos. I don't even know if I am monetizing them. So, I mean, if they're monetized, they're not going to get many views anyways, so I won't make any money off of this, is what I'm trying to say. You know, you have my guarantee, my right hand to a God which I don't believe in. I will not make money. I will not be a grifter. I want to keep this as organic as possible. If you saw my stream the other night, where I was talking about what if alt-hist, or as I am now calling him, what if rev-hist, what if revisionist history, then you kind of know like along the lines of what I'm going to be doing. Basically going to be watching political videos and deconstructing the sources, because there's a great lack of this on YouTube. I like political YouTube to some degree. I don't like any specific creators, it's more just video by video. But the one thing that I notice is that even the ones that I agree with, the sources are very shaky most of the time. There are certain YouTubers who are very good at putting sources in their videos. For example, Bad Empanada, I quite like for that reason. I don't agree with everything he says. However, one thing that I can give him a little bit of respect for is in his longer videos, he actually has in the brackets, which source he's citing in his bibliography, which he puts in the description. I think that's great. That's what a video essayist should do. I'm not going to be making video essays. It's going to be like this, just off the cuff. I may say some things that you don't like. I am a political guy. That's to be expected. However, I think it's safe to say that I don't harbor any racist views. I don't harbor any sexist views, any transphobic views, or anything of that sort. I may have some criticism of where identity politics and progressivism has gone, particularly in my country, Canada, and in the United States. However, I don't disagree with anything that these people are saying. I just want to make that very clear. What else? So yeah, my areas of expertise, if you can call them that, are not just what I've learned in school. In fact, what I've learned in school has been very sort of specific. Whereas in my free time, I like to branch off quite a bit. I do read quite a lot of philosophy, particularly 19th century German philosophy. I speak German, not exactly fluently, but pretty well. So that's a thing as well. I am very specialized in the histories of Germany, of Russia, particularly Soviet Union, although pre-Soviet as well, of France, and much of the world really. Although the great thing about history is you never really run out of it. You never really run out of things to look into. I also am a big fan of linguistics, historical linguistics, not the Noam Chomsky kind. That's too dense for me. Anything having to do with humans and how they work and their organization is what I'm into. Philosophically, I am an existentialist and a humanist. Existentialism, not really the existentialism of Kierkegaard, but more so Sartre. Big fan of Sartre. I am. This is weird, but currently writing theory myself. I'm trying to synthesize an idea of Marxist romanticism. I have a lot of nostalgia for the Romantic era, probably because I'm white. Essentially, I'll sort of give a rundown. I think that Romanticism was the inevitable result of changing modes of production, changing societies, and the sort of excitement and spectacle around them. And I am proposing Marxist Romanticism as an alternative to the sort of society of the spectacle that we know as reality in this late stage of capitalism that we are living through. So you can expect a stream about it probably pretty soon. I need to write more about it. But I have a Medium page, which that essay will probably be on. There's not much on there. I've got my bachelor's thesis on there, actually, at the moment. My bachelor's thesis was about how Canada is selling weapons to Saudi Arabia and how we should probably stop. Even from a conservative standpoint or a liberal standpoint, pretty objective standpoint, we should definitely stop. It's making us look bad. It's also not helping us get on the UN Security Council, which has been a long-term goal of Canadian foreign policy, is to sit on the UN Security Council. We've been trying for years, and for some reason they don't like, the UN doesn't like giving Security Council seats to people who sell weapons to an oil oligarchy that didn't let women drive 3 years ago. Who would have thought? So you can read that. I'll put it in the description later. I just kind of want to get into this world because it interests me. Even though I have a lot of criticisms of how it's so commodified, how you've got so many of these YouTubers, making 50 to 60 grand a month off of Patreon and doing very little. Also, this whole BreadTube thing. I don't take the same position on BreadTube as like a lot of weirdos like Caleb Maupin and what's the Haas. I'm going to do a stream about Haas soon because I agree with a great deal of what he says, but he's weird. He's kind of my position on that guy. I'm going to do a stream on him soon. This whole bread tube thing, though, my criticism of it is that um, these people don't talk about socialism. Where's the socialism in bread tube? I don't really see any. What I see is a lot of identity politics, a lot of very fringe issues that don't really have anything to do with the primary contradictions of our capitalist societies. And I find that irresponsible. So, I guess that's kind of all I have. I didn't really plan this. I don't really plan any of this. Um, if you want to watch, cool. Tell your friends. If not, that's cool. I'm kind of a boring guy. But anyways, cheers.